Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and Black Ice version 11.3.2. And where we left off as the Soviet Union, we were in 1939 and we were continuing a build-up. And to be honest with you, I've just been doing that and sorting out units and things sort of at the same time and getting all of that sorted. So we've got a fairly well-organised army. In fact, we're actually building up quite the little army of infantry and things over here with infantry tanks and the like, which we're going to fling at the filthy finish. Now, we have the first army under Tolbukin with pretty much all of our motorized and mechanized armored elements, which we're going to use just effectively as a hitting stick, really, against the Finns. Now, we've got a load of level 3 and level 6 air bases, and I'm somewhat considering, you know, getting all of our units into them pretty pronto-ish. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a little bit of Air Force work. So, yeah, now, we're going to do groups of 4, I think. Yeah, for fighters. And 5 for bombers. And we're going to keep that ongoing. Lovely jubbly. And I have also started a bit of an upgrade spree. So that's kind of useful. Groups of 4 makes them more manageable as well. Now all of these, like, close air support, we're waiting on fighter bombers for them, but for everything else, speaking of everything else, here we go, medium bombers. For everything else, we're going to get them together. Now, another interesting thing as well to bear in mind is Turkey is heading its way towards us quite quickly. So if we look on diplomacy, the Spanish Republic is actually not that far away from us now, and we're not that far away from being able to invite them into the faction. These guys are still quite a way away. Now Afghanistan has a neutrality of 85. Iran has one of 85 as well. Sweden, though, only has 37, and they are not that far away from us. And we are working on doing a coup in some of these nations. So we're up to 11 points in Turkey, which is going to be important. Sweden is well and truly under our sway, as is the Spanish Republic. Mexico is pretty good as well. Iran's pretty good. And Afghanistan is overwhelming. So, yeah, we're in a pretty good spot in quite a lot of those, and we're building up the resources needed to get some covert ops points quite quickly. We're also putting a fair amount into officers at the moment, but we're going to need to put more in pretty soonish. In fact, we're going to be pivoting our tech relatively soon. We're doing the industrial 1941s, and we'll likely do the next level of combat, but after that, we'll probably call it a day. Now, we are, you know, just shy of starting some conflicts against Poland. And yeah, we've got fighters and things all listing up. And yeah, so for mediums, we're actually lacking a little bit. These are strategic, heavy bombers or strategic bombers. In the Old English. Yeah, more heavies there. Now the heavy bombers are pretty useful. They're going to be good for doing some strategic bombing. Yeah, that's good. So now the airbase map mode sometimes crashes. Sometimes it crashes the game, but what we're going to do is the ones that are sorted, we're going to move in a minute. So you. You two and you. And any more? Yeah, that one. That one. Any others I need to think about? No, not by the looks of it. So we're going to move them to Vladimir. So yeah, they're all the sort of superfluous elements. Oh, there's still one left. And there it is, right at the bottom. And then similarly, we've got another 3 fighters we need to move out. Because right now they don't have their fighter elements. And we're going to have another, I would say, 3 tactical bombers that we're going to need to move out as well. So yeah, those 30 are still sort of working up. But these ones here, they can all be set up. So let's keep this going. I'm doing a lot of this on camera just to show, you know, for a change, me doing some of this stuff. Because most of the time I don't show it, but as a one-off, because the game seems to be running a little bit more stable in the latest version, I'm thinking that we do it as a little bit of an opportunity. And I think 4 is the most effective level of fighter setup. Pretty sure it is. 4, 5, and yeah, we need a light bomber for you. And we've got one, perfect. And our invasion of Poland doesn't really matter because Germany is just gonna steamroll them. But it's good for a little bit of experience. You can all go together. If we've got any more tacticals, which we do. 5 there. Now we're just looking for one. We're looking for one fighter. Ah, well, we don't have one, but we got a 3, so you can go into there. And then let's start putting you all together. We've got quite the air force here. Like, the Soviet Union does start with a pretty massive air force. Like, huge, really. Which is kind of daunting to arrange the first time round. And then you two can go together. And then this one here can take on one additional one there. And then the 2 there can go together. And then you and you. Right, 96. And then we must have a 2 somewhere. Or maybe 1 left over. Whatever, we'll get to that at the end. So you guys are all good to go. And we're going to send them to Leningrad for now, just as a standing off point. light bombers. And yeah, more light bombers. Ah, there it is. That's the group. There's always one that's out of place. Right, so now we can take all of our fighters. And send them out. Now, officers-wise, we are lacking a little bit of officers, but at the moment, that's not a big issue. Right, and then, yeah, these guys are down to their last few. So, attack bomber, attack bomber, attack bomber, and attack bomber. Now, that levels that group of 6. We can chuck 1 into here. And then we're sitting pretty. And then light bombers. Jubbly. And then so you've got a 6 there. And a 4 there. Off we head to Leningrad. Okay, so group of 5, and then some heavy bombers. All on a group of 5 as well. Off they go. Right, so our planes are all moving into position. And yeah, we've got everything set up pretty nicely. We're back doing a bit of the production queue, which is going to free up a little bit of IC as well pretty soon. And then we're going to want all of our best top tier command. So I think bomber command is what we need to concentrate on first. So, right, strategic bombers. Lovely. And what about you? Any more? Yeah, we've got another one there. So 2 strategic bomber groups. Got another one here. And we're looking for another carpet bomber. Lovely. And there's another one there. So we've only got 20, right? Yep, so this is the last carpet bomber that we'll need. There we go, perfect. Now for tactical bombers, what do we feel like? Maybe some slightly lower skilled ones. Like, still high skill, but like not the highest possible. Okay. And then in Vladimir, let's just arrange these. Yeah, we did have, didn't we? Yeah, we were building 1 close air support for that group that's left over. So we're going to give all of our strongest dive bomber commanders, and we're going to give you a little bit of additional support as well. going with him. And you're going together. And you three are going together. And I'm going to put them into one group. And then that flying boat, we're going to need a naval commander. That you will do. Fine for that. We need someone not that great to lead transports. So many women. So many women. Yamakova. Shikpo. We've got all the women. All the WOMs in the Air Force. You and you and you and you and you and yeah, you and another version of you. We've got some multiples of some of these people. Okay, perfect. Then for our fighters, Night Fighter there. Anyone that's not got any specific traits that target something, but just like air superiority ones. Yeah, they're all good. Like him. So they're like all CAG related. No one jumps out of that list. And then yeah, we've got another one there. Level 2 fighter pilots. We've got a lot of pretty like standard people, to be honest with you. No one mind-blowingly amazing. And oh, we've got to give Thor a command. The god of thunder himself. And let's get ourselves a woman. Lenova. Yeah, let's give her one. That sounded filthy. Don't say let's give her one too loudly. That's never going to go down well. Okay, and why not? There we go, perfect. So, Air Force-wise, we're fairly well organised now. Now, the Navy still needs a little bit of work, and in fact, we actually do even have some ships building, which kind of terrifies me. But I'm building a couple just to round it out more than anything. The Kirov won't be done for a while, but it's mainly so we've got a heavy cruiser squadron, a battleship squadron, 2 light cruiser squadrons, and then some extra destroyers to fill out those ranks. Now, bomber command-wise, we've got a level 3 there and a level 3 there. Now, what kind of range are we talking about here? So, tactical bombers, 345. So, from there, they can reach, okay, pretty much everywhere. So, we'll put a tactical bomber group in here. And we'll put a fighter group up here. Lovely. Now, the same thing I think we'll do over here. So, we've got a load of different types of bombing groups. So, let's give a fighter group over there. And then we'll put a tactical group over here. And a light bomber group over here. And we've already got one fighter group that's like handling all of this. We could probably put in another light bomber group up here. Don't think that would be terrible. Okay, perfect. And yeah, so we've got support coming from all over the place over there. Now, strategic bombers, what kind of range are we talking about for you, fine gentlemen? 610. So from here, you can do the majority of the work. And what kind of airbase is this? Level 6. So we can put a strategic bomber group over here as well. Now, when it comes to air forces, we'll want to have 2 groups of fighters in Leningrad. Maybe with an additional one here. So we make sure we have air superiority. And then other than that, we've got a level 3 there, so you are fine to go from there. We can put one of our light bomber groups here. We can put another tactical bomber group here in Novgorod. And the same thing with this group. And this one. Let's see how things are looking. So, now these strategic bombers and light bombers and things, we probably want to position them around here. So, we're going to go with a light bomber group here. And another one here. And then we've got yet more air bases around here. This is all just to get a little bit of experience going when the time comes. And then from Kiev... So I think from here we're going to want to put one set of strategic bombers. Another set of strategic bombers from Kiev. And then maybe from... Oh! Well, that changes things a little bit. Let's move them over because that's going to change what we want to build. Now, any other strategic bombers that we want to grab? Yeah, you guys... Let's get you in Slamensk. Okay, so Danziger War's just fired. And that is rather interesting. So we can move you out. And we've got yet another naval bomber. Okay, so we only need one more naval bomber instead of 2. So we can scrap you. Now, I think... Yeah, that's another medium bomber group. So, let's get you into Duno. Yeah, you're all being built. So we don't need both of you. Building one fighter, but we're going to need to add an additional 2. And that's all organised, which is good. And we've got our industry working. Okay, right, I'm happy with that. That's filled out those ranks a little bit more. Always good. And then we've got, yeah, our units getting into position over here. Let's trade with the Germans. So we lose crude, we lose rares, but we gain supplies and money. And a little bit of IC. Which is never a bad thing at all. And our planes are all in position. Right, core headquarters. And still a little bit of reinforcement going on. And we're no longer doing any of our production queue, but 49 level, which means we can get supply transports. Okay, losing out a little bit on that front. Okay, and... oh! Poland making a push. Not an effective push, but a push. Like, I always think East Prussia is like a very difficult thing for Poland to get in this game. Like, it's the only thing they stand a chance of getting, but it's like a fool's chance. Right, so we've got a load of planes here. Now, airbase-wise, all of these air bases are full. Apart from Minsk. So let's chuck in some planes into Minsk. And then I'm thinking the same thing down here as well. Right, so that icon could do with being moved a little bit, because it looks like it's in this province. I don't think there's going to be much of an air force left for us to fight, to be honest with you, when the time comes, but hey, you never know. And let's just have a little look at an intelligence split. So 17, Iran 12, Mexico 12, Spanish Republic 12. So yeah, all of the people we're going for, all favouring us a lot. Especially Sweden, holy shit, 59%? I mean, they have elections, but they won't be having elections for long. Alright, 1940, 1941. That's perfect on that front. Let's get industry. Really ahead of time on some of these, so which is good. But we are so behind on officers. So unbelievably behind. Okay, we've got 40 going into production, which is good. And our tanks and things are mostly ready. The organisation is improving across the board. Our units aren't great, but they're better than they were. And upgrades-wise, we are getting there as well. Slowly but surely freeing up that IC. Always good. To 71, which means more will be due out soon, and just lacking a little bit of crude because we're doing the oil refinery, or you know, we're refining it into fuel. Sorry. And Costa Rica wants to trade energy. Can't say I'm against that. Okay, let's get military rations production. All these industry ones are worth getting. Okay, and Germany, slowly but surely doing it. They're getting there. No French weirdness or Dutch weirdness. And hey, energy for money, we'll take it. Not, but if there's one thing we've got a lot of, it's energy. So, in fact, we've got a lot of everything apart from fuel at the moment. But the fuel thing is just temporary because we're getting all of our units together. We're moving a load of divisions. So, infrastructure-wise, We're going to be looking after 2 subsections with you. We're looking after over there and over here. Lovely jubbly. Now, this isn't quite the most efficient army breakdown I've ever done, but it's okay. We've got yet more tanks and things in reserve over there. I'm thinking we should have enough to push through. Right, so we will declare a ceasefire. 1940. And ammunition production. And 106. Now, how's China looking at the moment? Oh, still hanging in there. 1940, and they're still not close to capitulating as it stands. And they've taken back. So Tangshan is the port there, but they've taken back some of the northern provinces. Up to 53.2% on the old ratio for destruction, but all of the satellites are still in as well, so every month they're in is a month that distracts away from the Japanese, which is good. Gun engine ability, 4-engine airplanes. 1940 for the bridging. And infantry radio communications. Ammunition production, very good. And then we've got the steel armor casting ones to do. Okay, very good. Poland's still got a pretty sizable amount of forces on our border, which they could do with over here, to be honest with you. There's a little encirclement there. I mean, considering the amount of forces they have on our border, you'd think the Germans would maybe be doing a little bit better. They've lost 2 provinces over here, which is kind of weird. But they're about to connect this, maybe. The old Polish corridor. How are they looking? And still no request for us to join. So let's get electronic computing machine. We're going to leave those steel casting ones behind, I think. They won't be the things we immediately concentrate on because the tech ones are really good. Right, armor piercing capped. 1940. And mechanical computing machine, they'll be done in next year. Okay, come on. So you're in situ, and we can attach you there as well. So these are some very powerful units. Like the MKVD ones aren't particularly great, but they're good on the defense. And yeah, so we're filled in there, So it's just up here. So we're gonna send or put you. Right, so you can't get involved yet. I'll give you over to that group. But you can go there, you can go there, and then you fine sirs can head into this part of the world with your anti-tank. Huge amount of anti-tank busting capability over there. And then radio's improved as well. And then, yeah, we're starting to make a little bit of headway on the older... on the old units, which is good. So we're nearly ready for that invasion of Finland. 168. So a little bit less out of reinforcement. Good, so how many units have we got in the field? 326k. and 168. So nearly 500,000, which is pretty good. That's not bad. And how about over here? 230, 230. So 2 groups of 230, so nearly 400,000. So the north doesn't look too bad. The south's got a few units in it. And the slow German advance continues. And they've made it. They've linked up. Just ready for Danzig. And the Finnish Winter War on November 30th. So we need one of this one, or this one to be under German control. So the sooner you can get on with it, Germany, the better. Come on. You're running behind schedule. Although not massively behind schedule, just slightly behind schedule. But that's still more behind schedule than I thought it was going to be. So Toruń, I think they lost Poznan. Kolo, yeah, so Poznan fell. Come on, Germany. This is a bit like me when I was playing Poland. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the air ones, but decryption machine would be good. And those urban centres are not falling. In fact, Mondlin, Polok, Lino, Turon, all of this, like this little river lines in a pretty good spot. Aha! Oh, Krakow fell. Ah, so... Oh, still having to hold off. Come on. Okay, our budget didn't need that, to be honest with you. We're maxed out. But, aha, there goes Danzig. So, Soviet invasion of Poland. So, good. Now, we are going to launch a little bit of an air superiority mission with our planes. Not that they're great, but we're going to launch it anyway. And we're going to do ground attack with these units. Okay, let's head the planes out. Okay, and then yeah, the air superiority mission will run. Okay, lovely jubbly, and then let's see if any of these units can do any good work. So yeah, it's mainly tanks that we've got here that are going to help us. In fact, let's reconnect you into there. Because it's been long enough without the armoured cars. And then we can take all of our infantry and our motorised and just go straight in. Okay, and now that we're at war, some of these events might work a little bit better. So we can go on to war economy. And yeah, we could create a puppet if we wanted, but we won't. And I don't need to requisition any ships. But I will take more factory workers. And we will do the autarky. And we will do the home front. So down here, let's just get these battles involved. And hopefully our units will be able to beat some Polish. Well, only 15. The mighty Soviet army is very, very good, definitely, and not at all bad. Okay, 24% for the IC efficiency, which we'll definitely take. That's a pretty obscene IC efficiency, to be honest. Decline. And let's let that continue to build up. Okay. And yep, happy to pay them. We don't need to do the scrap metal drive. We can ignore that. And then let's have a little look. So 22, Iran at 14, Mexico, Spanish Republic 14. So everyone else is halfway there, but because Afghanistan have got such a decent split, we're in a good spot. So we're going to send you around to help there. You're going to try and cut them off. And we're going to spread out with our deep battle doctrine elsewhere. We managed to beat them there, and let's just wait for another day, because the petrol rationing some petrol might not be the worst thing in the world. Right, Army Group HQ 41. Okay, we're doing decryption machine anyway. Off your trot. Okay, we've got another victory over here. Now we can lend a hand. Industry-wise, they are sinking in money. And energy rationing, so we'll conserve fuel. But remove a bit of that descent there. We'll just go for the low yield. Because we don't need money at the moment in this war. And with a 24% IC efficiency, things are going to be going very well. Now, Poland is not looking so hot. If they lose Warsaw, then pretty much the war will be done. We're getting a little bit of experience from these battles. Nothing major, but something. And yeah, you've got Grodno, Lvov, and Warsaw. So if they can hold Warsaw, they'll be doing okay. Supplies-wise, I think we will take a little bit of supply. 22% research bonus is nothing too shabby at all. Let's put a little bit more into officers. We're nearly full on the old reinforcement rate. Okay, lovely jubbly. Okay, so you can head down there. You can speed your way in that direction. Let's try and do a little encirclement action. Okay, another victory. Okay. So we can stop the planes from going forwards. And we can halt all of our units. Wouldn't say that was a massively successful invasion, but we did get into Poland. so there's that. And we took like the northern bits. So, you know, we'll take that. I'd say that was not majorly successful, but somewhat successful. Okay. So Latvia wants to do some stuff, but we're going to demand Eastern Poland, and the Germans have accepted. Which is going to net us a little bit of IC. We can demobilize. And then see where the where everything is at. At the same time, we can also drop ourselves back down to full mobilization. Okay, and then there's IC efficiency. Let's chuck a little bit more out of there. Okay, lovely jubbly. And a little bit more into production because we're going to have a load of things finish up because we've got the factory workers done. And we can claim, so the ultimatum to the, so 1940 for those things. So we're going to get all of this stuff, get Barbaressia. Okay, and then we get a little bit extra. Very good. Alright, so yeah, more into officers. Get more into production. In fact, a load of production is about to come online. Let's just put time forward a little bit. And yeah, Germany's interested in all of our supply now. After that exercise. And some mountain units. Okay, so I think you are for... You're for the HQs. So you're going into here. And let's make sure the rest of them are finishing up. And our upgrades are going through as well, which is good. And that's another one for you. This is in case these nations start to think that they've got a realistic chance of beating us. And, yeah, Zhangji, you want to do some fuel for money things? Let's just get that going, and then there's some construction techs and things that we want to get here as well. But a little bit more on the old resources, not bad at all. Okay, and the last of the infrastructure build of this main highway is coming into practice, so that's good. Okay, so wasting a little bit on upgrades apparently. Energy trades. Obviously, we're best friends with the world now. Suddenly, everyone wants to buy stuff from us. So we're only losing 3.46 a day. Let's see for resources. Doesn't seem worth it. Okay, we've still got a massive consumer goods requirement that we'll want to get rid of at some point. But heavy industry has been pretty useful, I'd say. Not sure if it is the most efficient way to do things with this, but kind of feels like it is the way you're meant to do it. Okay, and yet another mountain unit coming online. And I I'd rather not do supplies. I'd rather do things that aren't going to cost us a negative IC impact. In fact, let's get rid of that bit of dissent. Okay, and I'll let that 1941 run. That airborne one can finish, because we've got both of these to do. And I don't really want to do supplies. I just don't, game. I'm sorry. Mountain unit training. We're up to 76% on the old officer ratio. But we can't rely on that because we're going to need like 200,000, I'd say. Because we're going to be wanting to be at 100% when the war begins. As a minimum. Probably more like 120% if we can make it. Okay, 28. So we're nearly in a position for the Communist Party of Afghanistan to take effect. That's if they're not already communist. National Revolutionary Party. So that would be... yeah, the head of state there. We'll drop a save before we run that, because sometimes those coups can backfire. And it is just a random number generator. So with that kind of popularity, we should be well and truly easy winning that. And let's get thermal diffusion. We've got a load of secret text to jump on. Right, fighter bomber. Let's get atom bomb proposal. The mighty Soviet Science Division. Our budget is now full and finished, and there we go. Our consumer goods requirements come down a little bit. They've nationalised the private sector, and Pinsk. We need another experienced guard division. Pinsk. Where the fuck is that? I thought it might be on the border with Poland. Oh, it is. Oh, it's such a shitty province. I mean, there's no way we can hold that. So, I'm not going to build that because there's just no way in God's green earth that I'm going to be able to hold that position. And yeah, we will go ahead and get ourselves some additional resources, and aha! That is a filled out core group, and I think we've got one left. We do indeed for the army level. Right, we can end wartime measures. Ah, that would have dropped the dissent anyway. And we're down to 20% on the old industrial efficiency, but we're not actually that far away of doing the full production setup, which is kind of cool. 7th November for that mountain unit, which will free up a bit of stuff, and then we've got some more infantry tanks and things that they're going to be due out soon, including some more tank divisions, a couple more here. So yeah, that's not bad at all. And we're going to need to be on the 30th of November in order to trigger the Winter War. Some money. And then yeah, there's the last of the mountain units all set up. So these are pretty much done. There are some artillery though, so we want that to be pack. And yeah, the same thing with you. And Any others we need to look out for? Yeah, that one there. Okay, so we've got a mostly set up mountain core. Pretty sizable. They're not as uniform as I'd want them to be, but they're close enough. And we're still building up yet more industrial capacity. I'm aiming for about 1,000. If we can have about 1,000, that feels positive. And we're only 100 off having that production queue done. Right, para airborne HQ 40, sure. Add a bomb, plutonium, and heavy water production. Then we can get onto infantry. And no, I don't think we need any more of them. And it feels like the upgrades queue is slowly but surely getting there. Let's attempt a coup in Afghanistan. So we're going to drop a save. And then we're going to give this a go. So, coup. And there we go. We have ourselves a coup d'etat. The Communist Party of Afghanistan. And let's support the ruling party. And, yeah, more officers dying. That's not great. Okay, and then, yeah, these are to fill out some additional infantry groups. But I can't remember where they are. They might be... They might be these ones. I need to have a proper look at it, actually. But, now that that coup has gone through... Okay, this didn't upgrade. This didn't update, but the communists are in charge. They're large and in charge. They got 19 there. Mexico isn't quite as good. Spanish Republic's looking okay. I mean, they might join us just of their own volition anyway. And the communists are going very well here. And I kind of really want Sweden. Desperately want Sweden to join us. I mean, they are not that far off. What's their neutrality? Sweden's neutrality is 0. So, hey, when the time comes, we're going to be able to get them quite easily. Neutrality is 66, 61, 0, 66. So, all these nations, I think we're definitely going to be able to grab. Turkey, they are drifting towards us, but slowly. So we're going to need to probably coup them as well. Anyway, I think we're going to call it an episode there. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Look forward to seeing the next episode of Hearts of Iron 3 and the Black Ice campaign as the Soviet Union. Thanks again. Bye-bye.